choice among conscious consumers who prefer American-made products. Although the pistol would first be manufactured by Israeli Military Industry Limited, it's now made in the United States with strictly American components. The Desert Eagle is best thought of as a handheld rifle, and unlike other modern pistols which tend to use blowback or recoil-operated actions, the Desert Eagle employs a gas-operated action that's comparable to the AK-47. Put simply, this handgun is a great alternative for people who despise the powerful kickback typically associated with high-caliber handguns. In fact, the host of Demolition Ranch, one of YouTube's most popular pistol enthusiast channels, prefers the Desert Eagle to other handguns due to its more user-friendly recoil. Currently, 3 versions of the Desert Eagle exist, being the Mark I, the Mark VII, and the Mark 19. The Desert Eagle is among the world's most powerful semi-automatic handguns. Number 5. The Smith & Wesson 500. When it comes to being lethal, the 50 caliber Smith & Wesson 500 takes the cake. Known as the Mac Daddy of revolvers, it has stopping power such that the gun surpasses the caliber necessary for practical use. In fact, the 500's killing power has been equated with that of high-powered rifles. Just to give you an idea, the rounds fire at speeds of up to 2,075 feet per second. With a caliber described as beastly, the 500 would be released in 2003, being twice as powerful as the .44 Magnum. The average 500 is about 15 inches long, weighing 4.5 pounds unloaded, an equivalent of 3 Glock 17 pistols. The revolver is so powerful, in fact, that Smith & Wesson had to custom design a frame for it, known as the X-frame. Packing the same energy in foot-pounds as a .308 rifle, it holds up to 5.5-inch thick cartridges. One of the things the Model 500 is most famous for is its recoil. Without ample warning, the user may discover the hard way that the gun's muzzle rise can reach 90 degrees. So, if you're curious for a visual interpretation of the Model 500's capacity for destruction, but don't want to get too close, there are plenty of videos available online that demonstrate the effects of the weapon on watermelons, pork shoulders, jugs of water, gelatin cubes, and more. Number 4. The Smith & Wesson XVR 460 Magnum. Introduced in 2005, the Smith & Wesson XVR 460 Magnum is a large-bore 5-shot single-action double-action revolver. Chambered for the 460 Smith & Wesson Magnum cartridge, the 460 Magnum is rumored to be the most powerful .45 on Earth. Featuring a maximum velocity of 2,300 feet per second, this impressive pistol touts the highest muzzle velocity of any production revolver on the planet. It's also so impressive that it's earned its own brand new designation of XVR, short for Extreme Velocity Revolver. But what is it used for? Well, it was originally designed for use in Africa and Alaska as a hunting and dangerous game defense revolver. Like the 500 Magnum, the 460 was built on the X-frame, Smith & Wesson's strongest and largest frame. It's basically designed to have an even base on its counterpart, the 50 caliber 500 Magnum. In addition to its standard cartridge, the versatile handgun can also accommodate .454 Casull and .45 Colt ammunition. Put simply, the gun isn't useful for a whole lot except hunting big game. The 460 Magnum, which comes standard with rubber grips, is heavier than the Model 500, weighing in at 73 ounces, or just over 4.5 pounds. Designed for competitive shooting and hunting, the handgun typically carries a 4-figure price tag, and, like all of the pistols on my list, was manufactured with the most experienced users in mind. The 460 Magnum is revolutionary, and while it may not possess the caliber of some of the most powerful contemporary pistols, no double-action revolver of any caliber has ever achieved its speed. Number 3. The Smith & Wesson Model 29. Now, not surprisingly, the master of handguns makes our list of the world's most powerful pistols a third time. The Smith & Wesson Model 29 Classic is built on the philosophy that if something isn't broken, there's no need to fix it. The double-action 6-shot revolver is chambered for the .44 Magnum cartridge. Standard models come with a variety of barrel lengths ranging from 3 to 10 inches, and if you want a barrel length that isn't offered as standard, fear not, because even the pickiest gun owners can be accommodated. When it comes to the Model 29, anything is possible, whether it's via a special order to the custom shop or being built to your liking by a skilled gunsmith. When the Model 29 would be introduced in 1955, it was the most powerful handgun on the market. And many of you are probably undoubtedly familiar with the fictional character Dirty Harry Callahan, who was responsible for making the Model 29 famous with his one-handed shooting technique. In fact, thanks to Dirty Harry, played by the legendary Clint Eastwood, Smith & Wesson struggled to keep the Model 29 in stock after the movie came out in 1971. Elmer Keith, a rancher and firearms enthusiast who was instrumental in the development of the 29, intended the handgun to be used as a sidearm for hunting large and dangerous game. However, the revolver is considered equally as useful for defense purposes. More powerful handguns have been manufactured since the 29 hit the market. However, for the gun-loving history buff, shooting the Model 29 is a bucket list item. Based on a model known for its legendary performance, each 29 is enhanced with modern technology, offering the handler the best of both worlds. The timeless Model 29 is one of the most famous and collectible guns of all time. Number 2, the Marlin BFR. Manufactured by Magnum Research, the Marlin BFR is also known as a Magnum Research BFR. While BFR was originally an acronym that was intended to stand for Big Frame Revolver, many people have appropriately redesignated it to stand for Big Effing Revolver. The stainless steel single-action revolvers manufactured in a variety of heavy calibers, including the Smith & Wesson 500. However, the BFR can easily be considered the big brother of the 500, as it's even bigger and arguably more powerful than the predecessor. With a simple visual comparison between the BFR and the 500 Magnum, it's evident to even an inexperienced layperson that the BFR's barrel is an inch or more longer. It isn't the length of the barrel that causes it to supersede the 500, however. While the 500 Magnum has a chamber that deserves to be recognized for size, the BFR's chamber is much bigger. Known as a 45-70 government, it's exceptionally powerful. And to give you an idea of the strength, people have used it to kill elephants. Ammunition